Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 29th. This week, if you want to catch me live, I go live every single day at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All you have to do is subscribe and you will catch me live. But Capricorn, let's see what we have going on for you this week and Capricorn. First row already looks amazing, so I definitely like to see that, Capricorn. The middle row already looks amazing, but I don't like to speak too soon. Definitely could be love coming in for you here, Capricorn. And let's keep going and let's see here, Capricorn. Yeah, looks like a nice reading for you, Capricorn. So let me just take a look at this and we will get going. You start off with the starfish spirit. This says be open to infinite possibilities, or opening up to infinite possibilities. So I feel like there are just multiple ways of doing things in your life here. I'm getting two messages here, Capricorn. For some of you, I feel like this is saying like there is gold where you are right now. I feel like for some reason, what's popping into my head is I feel like some of you need to be careful here in this first row of thinking that the grass is going to be greener on the other side. Like I feel like some of you could be working on something like a project or a business, or it could even be a job as well. And I feel like you could be thinking the grass is greener on the other side if you leave, but it's basically not. So I feel like, basically what this is saying is that maybe you're thinking about leaving your job or starting a new business. I feel like you need to give it like one last effort. And if it doesn't work out, then leave. But if it does, then stay. I don't know. It's such a weird message, but it popped into my head. I have to say it. For others, I just feel like there's infinite possibilities for you. In this row, you have the 2 wands, the 4 wands, and the 4 swords. Definitely some of you taking control here. This is like reaching some sort of finish line. The 4 wands, it can be a card of marriage and getting married, Capricorn. These people are married. But I would say, the 4 wands, the people on the card are already married. They have already been married. So it kind of represents more of a celebration coming into your life. It also represents like a finish line to me up top here. So I feel like for some of you, it's like maybe there has been a pause in your life. I'm just going to keep picking this card back up. It looks like a pause symbol with the 2 wands on either side there, Capricorn. So I feel like for some of you, you've been experiencing a pause, or things have been paused in your life for a very long period of time. And this looks like some sort of celebration that you've been dreaming of with this 4 swords. That 2 wands is like leaving a comfort zone. I always say on the 2 wands here, there's always a village down in the bottom here. And he's kind of like up there with the whole world in his hands. And it represents him kind of leaving his comfort zone, leaving something so that he can have something greater. So I do feel like for some of you, you could be leaving a comfort zone here. And I feel like you will be getting something greater. So I feel like this is amazing. In your middle row here, you have the Wonders card. This is kind of like saying there's more below the surface. Again, I just feel like for some of you here, like in work or business, you need to dig a little bit harder. Like maybe you need to push a little bit more to get a raise or a promotion. It's like I feel like something greater is available to you. But with that 2 wands, I feel like there's a need for control. I feel like there's a need for you to take control to have it. In this row here, you have the 10 of Hearts, or the 10 of Cups, the Page of Swords, and the Strength card. So I feel like this could be love. 10 of Cups to me is like happy home, happy family, of course. So if you're looking for love, this could be a very connected relationship. It could also be fortune after difficulty as well. And the Page of Swords to me is a card of like childlike energy. We're going to clarify this in a minute with the Lenormand cards here, Capricorn, but I feel like for some of you, the Page of Swords is saying it's time for you to be a detective. I feel like it's time for you to look into things. You have the Hermit here as well. And that Hermit card is like saying, you have all the answers in life inside of you. It's a card of inner answers, and again, we'll talk about that in a minute, but I feel like you have all the answers. The Page of Swords is about kind of like searching for them. The Strength card, I feel like, is just saying that you have been very patient for a very long period of time, especially with this bottom row. I feel like saying things are about to speed up for you, Capricorn. And again, we're going to clarify it, but I feel like things are about to start moving, finally. It's like you've been on a pause here with these 2 fours, both of them. Even the 4 of Swords is like a break from the universe. You have the Strength card, patience, and then you have the 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles is like definitely things speeding up, because 2 of Pentacles is a card of hard work and things kind of moving forward in a lot of ways. But that's what's there. I do feel like some of you could be dealing with a Leo. Again, we're going to look at love in just a minute. Next, you have the chaos and conflict card here. I feel like for some of you, you've just been through a lot of chaos and conflict here, Capricorn. In this row, you have the Seven of Cups, the Hermit, and the Two of Pentacles. I feel like you need to trust your inner guidance. Like there could be a lot of chaos and conflict going on around you. And with that Seven of Cups, there could be some confusion as well in life in general. And I feel like this Hermit card is just saying like trust your inner guidance. I feel like this could also be a Virgo coming in for some of you in love as well. But really, I just get like a detective thing here, Capricorn. I feel like you need to look into things. I feel like it's time for you to do research here. The Two of Pentacles is like saying get busy. The Hermit says like you know exactly what you want to do in your life right now, and so I feel like you need to kind of like put in the work here, Capricorn. But that's what I'd say there. All right, let's clarify it and let's get more detail as to what is going on for you here. Between the Two of Wands here and the Ten of Cups, you have the Child. Very interesting. Some of you could be dealing with children. For others, this is a card of needing to be like a child, Capricorn. So it's a card of like needing to be more childlike, needing to have more fun. Again, Page of Swords, basically the same thing. So I feel like you need more fun, happy, kind of like happy-go-lucky, lighthearted type of energy in your life this week. So I feel like anything you can do to bring that energy into your life would be a good thing. Maybe it's spending time with family. Maybe it's spending time with children in your family. Maybe it's going and playing. Whatever it is, I think you need to do it. Next, between the Four of Wands and the Page of Swords, you have the Queen of Diamonds. This card is called the Crossroads. The crossroads represents having a choice to make. And like I said at the beginning of the reading, I just got this sense that some of you, it's almost like the grass is greener, or you're thinking that the grass is going to be greener on the other side. To me, the Four of Cups is the card of thinking that the grass is going to be greener on the other side. You don't have the Four of Cups here, but it's popping into my head so hard in your reading. And yet then you have the Queen of Diamonds, which is like having a choice to make. It's called the Crossroads. I feel like this Page of Swords is like saying, do your research before you make a decision. You know what I mean? It's like the Four of Wands. It's like you're seeing a celebration on the other side of a pause. It's like you've been paused for a long time. And I feel like you're seeing the celebration, but for some reason I feel like you have to research it. Between the Four of Swords here and the Strength card, you have the Tower. The Tower in the Lenormand is not like the Tower in the Tarot. The Tower in the Lenormand is a card of isolation. So I do feel like some of you could just be feeling very isolated at this time, or you could have been feeling isolated for a long time. It's also a card of guidance. This tower kind of like stands out above the clouds. It's really interesting because it looks a lot like this card here. It's like an obelisk, like this crystal on this card, and this crystal on this card is kind of like above the clouds. On this card, the tower is also above the clouds, and it's kind of like a card of guidance. It's a card of maybe, yes, there's some confusion, maybe there's some chaos that's been going on in your life, but it's like there is something solid. There is something that represents authority that could be guiding you, and it could be anything, probably something established in your life. So what the hell does that mean? What it means is like maybe in work or business, maybe you already have an established position. This says like stick to the thing that is established. Maybe you want to leave your job, right? And maybe you have a certain set of skills, and this says there is something established inside of you, the certain set of skills that you have, and it's like stick to that, stick to what is established. Between the Ten of Cups here and the Seven of Cups, you have the Ten of Wands. This is called the Bear in the Lenormand card reading system. It's like a good card. It's actually my second favorite card in the deck because it can represent big leaps forward. It can represent like huge leaps in progress or making a lot of progress very, very quickly in your life. But it is a card of burdens. It can represent an overburdened energy, or it can represent like dealing with authority, the Tower card down here as well. So I do feel like some of you could have some burdens, maybe due to bosses, or maybe you're dealing with difficult bosses or something. Between the Page of Swords here and the Hermit, you have the Ship. This is called the Ten of Spades in the playing card reading system. The Ship just represents going from one thing to another. It represents leaving one thing, going to another. So it could represent moving. It could represent traveling. It could represent, it's also the card of commerce as well. It can represent like selling things. So if you have a business, it's an amazing card for selling stuff or business. And it can just also represent moving on to something new. Between the Strength card and the Two of Pentacles, you have the Bouquet. Love it. This is the Queen of Spades. This can represent a gift from the universe. So I do feel like some of you could be getting some sort of gift from the universe. Really, quite simply, Capricorn, I feel like this reading is saying you have to trust your inner guidance with this Hermit card. The Hermit is standing at the top of a mountain. He represents wisdom, and a lot of people say that he represents inner guidance, which he does, but he's also sharing his inner guidance with the world. He's standing at the top of this mountain holding his lantern out. So I feel like in a lot of ways you have gained a lot of wisdom over the past few years. In your top row here, you have the Nine of Diamonds. Love it. This card is called the Coffin. To me, it's a card that is kind of like the Death card, basically represents needing to start something new. The coffin door is always closed on the coffin, and the coffin says it's time to open that door. It's time to move on to a new life. So I feel like for some of you, it's like time to move on to a new life, or it's time to start something new. In your middle row here, you have the mountain. What did I just say? You're standing at the top of the mountain. This is the Eight of Clubs in the playing card reading system. And so I feel like for some of you, that can be a card of confusion and not knowing what to do. Again, Queen of Diamonds here. It's like you have some sort of choice to make this week, Capricorn. But I really feel like you need to trust your inner guidance. In your bottom row here, you have the Eight of Spades. This is called the Garden, and it can represent a harvest, but it's also a card of like taking a break. And it's coming up in this bottom row with the Four of Swords. This week might be one of those weeks where it'd be just better for you to like rest, relax, recover. It might be a better week for you to just take some time for yourself, basically, is what I'd say. Here, if you're looking for love, Capricorn, this to me looks like dating. Again, you have the Ten of Cups here. And you also have this Bear card as well. The bear is like a burden, and it's like not wanting to do something. So for some of you, that could be dating, and like maybe you don't want to date with this card, or maybe you just don't want to deal with the burdens of dating. But I feel like if you want love, I would get out there and date. You could be dealing with a Virgo here or a Leo, or you could have a Virgo or Leo coming into your life here. Again, if you're looking for love, again, the Child, Page of Swords, Two of Pentacles, those cards are all cards that say focus on fun. Focus on having as much fun as you possibly can. And that will probably lead to more love in your life, or it will lead to a relationship in your life in some way. But definitely, I feel like some of you are just walking away from authority here. That's very interesting, or you could be changing what is established as well. If I take this diagonal Lenormand row right here, you have the Tower, the Ship, and the Coffin. It's almost like you're letting something from the past die. This could be a relationship, or it could be something that was established, like a relationship or a business or whatever. But the Nine of Diamonds is such a good card. I mean, is the Coffin is a card of something dying, but I always say, with the Nine of Diamonds, the Coffin card here, to me, it's kind of like a card of improvements. It says you are spiraling up. You are making, yes, there's a death, but it's like the death is for something greater. So I do feel like there is something greater coming in for you here. I do feel like there could be a confusing decision with this middle row, Queen of Diamonds, the Crossroads, the Ship, and the Mountain. So there could be some difficulties in making a choice or a decision here. I feel like you need to be careful of maybe family or people who could be applying a lot of pressure to you as well with this middle row here. But all in all, looks pretty good. Like I said, could be a little bit more of a relaxing rest week, but it looks okay. So thank you for watching, Capricorn, and definitely enjoy your week.